Right, all is quiet. I'm back at the mental. Mental camera, press record equals car. And there's a car coming, I think. Here we go. Works every time, it's a scientific fact. Scientists have worked on it for 20 years and they can't work it out. Stand here all day, but as soon as you press record on a camera, the car will appear. I'm only joking. It's an ongoing joke. Anyway, as you can see, I am back. I am back at the mental. What a cracking morning. So, let's get back to the how it all began. The beginnings of the mental. Documenting this place now for 30 plus years now. So, how did it all begin? They had a meeting in October 1842 by the powers that be. Big meeting. And it was deemed that Denbigh, or North Wales, needed an insane asylum. A hospital for the insane. Now then, in them days, little was known about mental health. If you were a bit backward, or epileptic, or dyslexic, anything like that, you were insane. That's it. There's no ifs or buts, you were insane. So they said, right, let's build a hospital for the insane. And this land, or 20 acres of this land that you can see now, was donated anonymously, worth £2,000 worth of land, 20 acres, as you can see now on this site. It was donated anonymously, but they later found out that it was donated by a Joseph Ablett of Llanbedr Hall. He donated the land, so they had the land for free to start building. So they had to raise some money. By March 1843, they raised £4,600 to get going. And they used the stone, the limestone, from the Graig quarry, which is way over the other side of Denbigh. And the well, it commenced in September 1844. The first stones were laid in 1844. And it finished in October 1848. And the craftsmen and the workers, they were paid from 8p to 5 shillings per day. So that was the birth of the North Wales Hospital, the Denbigh Asylum in Denbigh, North Wales. And over the years, they had to extend it. It was originally built to accommodate 200 patients. That was all it was for, was 200 patients. And over the years, they had to extend it. They had to build new wards. By the mid-60s, it housed 1,500 patients, give or take. 1,500 patients. Originally, it was just 200 patients. And the wards were so crammed that the patients had to get in and out of the beds from the end. The beds were tightly packed together in the wards. So they had to get in and out of the bed from the end of the bed. They couldn't use the sides of the beds. It was that packed there. And up until a certain date, all these videos are all on my channel. As I say, 30 plus years now I've been documenting this place and covering its history and what have you. Up to a certain date they were locked in. The patients were locked in, literally locked in the wards. There was no staff, there was no doctors, there was nothing but the patients in the wards. They locked them in overnight from, off the top of my head I can't think now, from something like 10 o'clock at night till about 6 o'clock in the morning. And then they'd open up and they'd, a lot of the patients would be dead. But yeah, they were literally just locked in. And the water source originally was from Gall Hill, which is way over that way. And it was a diverted stream. That's how they got their water. And then it was from the Denbigh Dam, which is over in that direction. They built a dam and they they pumped the water, I should say. They diverted the water from Gall Hill, but they pumped the water up from the Denbigh Dam. And then they purchased Llyn Bran, which is way over that way, high on the Denbigh moors. And they had a pipeline all the way from the Llyn Bran. They had a reservoir, by the way, in the grounds. It had a 9-foot fence around it. And they pumped water. The patients, all manual labour, pumped water up into the... They had a water tower. Bear with me. So these cars, they had a water tower up in the... a water tank, I should say, in the tower there. From the reservoir, they pumped up the water because this hospital would not have survived without patient manual labour. It would not be where it is today. A lot of the patients, if they could work, they would work. So that's what they did. And like I say, this hospital wouldn't be as it was running. It wouldn't have survived without patient labour. But yeah, they used to pump it from a reservoir up into a tank up in the top of the clock tower there. And it's got a bit quiet now. Yeah, so there, yeah. And so when they purchased the Llyn Bran, they had the pipeline. That was the water secured from that reservoir. The Denbigh Dam wasn't used, but what was happening was these escapees, they used to have patients used to escape. They used to go down to the dam and used to jump in and used to commit suicide. So what they did was they dynamited it. They just blew up the dam. And if you want to see that there's a little bit of the dam left, as I say, I've been doing these videos now 30 plus years. If you want to see, you know, what's left of the dam, check out my videos. Just type in, search Denbigh Dam. So that's it. That's the North Wales Hospital from the early days. So yeah, if you, as I say, 30 years now been documenting this place. That was the engineer's house. That one there, Cleveland, that had nothing to do with the hospital itself, but that was the engineer's house. It's the nurse's home. That's the engineering section, or engineering part of the hospital. And in the early days, if you looked just behind sort of them trees there, you would see the chimney would be sticking up. And they used to have a team of patients. They used to chip the coal to the correct size to put into the boilers. Like I say, the majority of patients that could work did work, and this hospital would not have survived without patient labour. And so yeah, as I say, if you're interested, you know, if you're new to my channel, I've been documenting this place now 30. I've lost count now. I've stopped counting after 30 years. It's private property. Jones Brothers are in the grounds. They've took it over. It's going to be developed. All the buildings except the main range, except the front buildings as I call them, or the main range they call them, they're going to be converted into dwellings, 22 dwellings, but don't quote me on it. And the rest of it, they were planning to keep, they may keep the Aled ward at the back there. I'm not sure what's happening with the chapel. The chapel is at the back there in them trees, you can't see it from here. That's the isolation ward, or the isolation hospital. That's where the patients were put if they had contagious diseases. They were separated from other patients. Bryn Golau, behind the nurse's home there, that was a secure ward. That's not there now. That's where the patients were put if they were a danger not only to themselves, to other patients or to staff. They were put in Bryn Golau. That was a secure ward. But yeah, and the Aled ward is way over that way at the back there. But yeah, the whole lot's going to be demolished apart from the front buildings there. It's going to be housing, business units, but when that'll happen, who knows? They've had to go ahead, they've had money, so it could be any time now. Like I said, 30 plus years now I've been documenting this place, its history and stuff like that, my connections with it. I still know a lot of the patients and things like that. So thanks for watching, and 30 plus years, and I ain't gonna stop anytime soon.